Hello, everyone. Ciao, ragazzi. It's the Milan guys with another episode of TMG Podcast. It's our 21st episode. We started this a year and a month ago, I think last April, 2017. It's the end of the season. It seems like it's been a really long season for 38 Serie A games, Europa League, Coppa Italia. Here with Mike from the Milan guys. Mike, how's it going, man? Thanks for joining again.
No problem. What's up, guys? It's good to be back. Season end review should be a fun one. Lots to talk about, so let's get started.
Absolutely. Coming into the weekend, there was a lot of implication in the last game of the season against a Fiorentina who is ever since the unfortunate passing of Davide Astori, they have kind of come together and they played really good football. For maybe 10, 12, 13 games.
Yeah, they're on a roll.
They were on for sure. And it was always a tough task because Atalanta was playing Cagliari, a team who was fighting relegation. They had something to play for, but Atalanta, on paper, they had a better chance to win than we did. If Atalanta would have won, we would have lost. We would have went to 7th, which would have made our summer lives a lot more difficult. We would have had to play one more preliminary round than last season. So we would have to play 6 games. There's 6 games in the summer just to get to the Europa League group stages, which would have canceled our summer USA tour. And we wouldn't have had as much time to prepare for the Serie A season. So a big 5-1 win against Fiorentina, and Fiorentina are they're no joke. They took Lazio to 4-3. They drew Inter, they drew us beginning of the season. So yeah, I'm really happy with that result. 5-1 the final score. Giovanni Simeone, El Cholito, Diego Simeone's son, he opened the scoring from a beautiful assist from Federico Chiesa. That was actually a really, really nice goal. And when that happened, honestly, I was pretty pissed off because Milan had control of the game for the first 20 minutes. And Simeone kind of came back and scored. I said, okay, it's going to be one of those games. Like, I didn't know. We've had some goal-scoring problems this season, so I didn't think we were going to score 2. But we responded right away. Hakan Çalhanoğlu, he hasn't scored a free kick yet this season. Finally scores one. Beautiful. He fools Sportiello. Puts to the other side. 1-1. And then I think it was maybe 6 or 7 minutes, maybe 15 minutes later, Hakan or Bonucci started the play. Hakan kind of continued it, went to the other side of the field, stepped over, put the ball in Cutrone with an Inzaghi-like finish, throwing his head at the ball into the corner of the net. Excuse me. 2-1.5. At that point, the next goal was crucial, right? If it went 2-2, that would have been tough. But quickly in the second half, Hakan puts a ball in for Cutrone. Cutrone headed the ball down on goal. Drakowski, the keeper who replaced Portiello, made the save. And Nikola Kalinic came in to collect the rebound and score his 6th goal of the Serie A season. And maybe, potentially, hopefully, his last game as a Milan player. And then that was followed up by a beautiful goal by Patrick Cutrone, who made it 5-1 or 4-1. And Hakan got the assist in that one, didn't he? Yeah, he did, right?
Yeah,
that was beautiful assist. Yeah, he had 3 assists that game. Was it 1 goal? No, I think it was 1 goal, 2 assists.
Exactly.
Because the other one, Cutrone got the header on, right? So yeah. So he made it 4-1, and Cutrone, with that second goal, Cutrone scored 10 goals, his 10th Serie A goal, which he in 60 years in their first professional season to score 10 goals in the league. And then after that, Jack Di Cuori, Bonaventura, I think he dribbled around 3 guys. He went like half the field and put it on the Drakowski to make it 5-1. Pleasing the San Siro fans. Gattuso gets another win. Milan secures 6th place, which secures a spot in the group stages in Europa League next season. Mike, what are your thoughts on the match? Before I ask, it's too bad Milan can't play with that sort of confidence all the time, right?
Yeah. It was unfortunate because you have that kind of effort. Like, I'm not gonna expect them to have that kind of effort every single game. Like, especially the duration of a season. Like, it's very hard to maintain that. You can even see like team like Juve or Napoli will slip up here and there. But however, I'm glad they were able to give us that kind of effort for the last game because, like you said, when Fiorentina went up 1-0, I was getting a little nervous over there because I was like, "Oh no, here we go again." Like you said, it was one of those games. But I'm glad, especially being at home, and it showed that they had something to fight for and they fought for it. And that was good, especially in a thrashing 5-1 win over a team like Fiorentina, who was fighting for Europa League until the last game as well. So it wasn't like, Fiorentina nothing to play for as well. There was a lot on the line, and they were able to come through. So that was very well done. I was glad at the way they attacked the game from the start. Like you said, they came out playing very well. Unfortunately, that goal kind of knocked us off a little bit. But other than that, they had a very well organized, controlled game. Like they controlled the entire game. Çalhanoğlu had an incredible game. Like he just took it over. He had the 2 assists, he had the goal, but not only that, everywhere the ball went, it was around his feet. So without him in the game, who knows how it could have went. Bonaventura showed up. Cutrone, obviously, it was nice for him to get that goal and be subbed out, especially after his debut season, like starting with us, being on the first team. There was a lot of good things, props to Gattuso as well. It was an up and down season, a lot of high expectations at the beginning, coaching change, etc. It didn't go exactly how he wanted to in terms of objective in Champions League, but at the end of the day, I'm glad we didn't leave the season on a sour note. We ended it on the positive note, and that just gives us more confidence and positivity looking into the summer mercato and hopefully into next season.
Absolutely, I agree. And it's nice that the last 2 games of the season, we scored 9 goals in the last 2 home games of the season, 4 and 5, which is nice because we've had kind of some goal scoring problems this season. We haven't really scored many goals. Our form to end the season was very good. After a few consecutive draws, we beat Bologna, drew Atalanta away, which could have been a win. And we beat Fiorentina, beat Hellas. So we did what we had to do. Obviously, after the Champions League, after our Champions League, it was impossible for us to make it. Our goal was to get 6, clinch the Europa League group stage spot, and that's what we did. So, credit where credit's due. People kind of gave me some hate because I said, it's good that we clinched a Europa League group stage spot. It was good that we secured 6th, but you got to look at it in a more positive way. For our start this season, where we were, I remember I looked at when Montella got fired after the Torino game. We were 7th place, and we were 6 points, or 7 points behind Sampdoria ahead of us. So we made up to 7 points. And at one point we were really close to Lazio and Inter. And the stat is, ever since Gattuso took over, he's 4th in points in Serie A, and ever since 2018, January 1st, we're 3rd in points in Serie A. So, there's some positives to be taken out of it. Maybe people don't see it that way, but keep being positive about it. I don't know about you, Mike, but I'm gonna keep being positive.
Well, I am as well. Because if the more negative we constantly be around the situation around this team, it's just gonna make everything worse. Not to sound like irrational or not being realistic, but it's just one of those things where it's a lot more positive and hopeful than it was a few years ago, like we mentioned many times on this podcast before. So I would rather be in the current state that we are now than the garbage we were looking at a couple of years back. So there's a lot more positivity. Yes, there's a lot more struggles. There's a lot of struggles and a lot of work still left to do. However, at least this time you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel a little bit, and there are positive things to hold on to.
Absolutely, I agree. So I'm just on transfer market here. Going to go through some stats, just for top goal scorers and whatnot. So, and the transfer market, they're better for who scored for goals because they actually include the Europa League qualifiers, which I count. So for top goal scorers, so Patrick Cutrone led the way with 18 goals in all competitions. That's Europa League qualifiers, Serie A, Europa League, Coppa Italia. He had 18 goals. Second was Andre Silva. He had 10 in all competitions. He scored 2 in Serie A. Didn't have a great. He did win us 6 points though, but he obviously had an underwhelming time in Serie A this season. But he also didn't get the games he started were against he started against Juve, Inter. Like it's hard to score in those games, right? So you got to give him kind of a little bit of slack, I guess. Bonaventura was third with 9 goals. Suso 8, Hakan 8, Kalinic 6, Kessie 5, Borini 5, Rodriguez 4, Montolivo Romagnoli with 3, Bonucci with 2, and then Antonelli, Calabria, Biglia, Abate, Musacchio, all with 1. Locatelli and Zapata were the only guys who played a decent amount of minutes without a goal this season. And as for assists, or actually, are you surprised by that or no? You surprised with those stats?
Not necessarily. No, I feel like they're fair, but could have been better. I'd rather look on the side that they could have been better rather than they could have been worse, right? Yeah. I don't think they could have been worse. I feel like it's kind of like median in the sense like that's kind of what you expect from them. Could have been a few higher, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And with the assist too, just to let you guys know, transfer market does count. If you win a penalty, it counts as an assist, so you're a little bit skewed. But all competitions, they include Europa League qualifiers. So Suso led the way with 14 assists, but I think he probably won. Maybe did he win a penalty or 2? I don't know, or maybe he got So 14 in all competitions. Hakan had 13 in all competitions. Borini had 7. Cutrone, Kessie, Kalinic with 6. Bonaventura with 4. Calabria with 3. And Andre Silva, Montolivo, Rodriguez, Biglia with 2. And a bunch of other guys with 1. Honestly, Suso, I don't know. I think people think that his season is worse than it really was. I don't think it was that bad. He was pretty, even when Suso doesn't have a great game, he's still pretty dangerous. No, do you agree with that? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but he still puts teams on edge, right? He still has quick feeds, agile.
I said in our last podcast, he has a lot that he does well, but my only fear is that, especially against good teams, because I know he'll dominate against bottom table teams. It's more about the fact of the matter of him, against a team like a Juve or Roma, who have understood him, and you see many games where they double team him and he's absolutely non-existent, right? That's my only fear, that the Serie A kind of hasn't figured out. Next season, is he able to be as dominant? Will he be as less? I don't know. I love the guy. His resurgence from Liverpool, being absolutely worthless to them to come to us, and what he is now being a household name has been amazing. But my only fear is that he can't go any higher than he kind of peaked already. That's my fear.
Yeah, but you don't get rid of him. He's
no. But the thing is, we wouldn't get rid of him. It's the clause that would get rid of him.
Yeah, I know.
That's the only thing. I would never see Milan be all right, Suso's for sale. It would be one of those things where it's see, that's the thing. I feel like that clause was in there because they wouldn't want to. It's one of those things where they don't want to be the ones to say, "Oh, we sold Suso." It's one of those things where "Oh, he has a clause. Someone bought him. We can't do much." You know what I mean?
Why is the clause so low? 38 million euro.
I feel I don't know when the clause was inserted, so I can't.
Last summer.
See, this is what I feel like they did. I feel if they would have put a clause, hear me out. I feel if they would have put a clause at 60 million, there was no chance that anyone would bought him. Let's be real.
I guess.
But if they put him around the 40, around the 40 mark, a team like a Napoli or someone was you know what, we really believe in this guy. Let's just do it. They triggered the clause, and Milan's okay, we got 38 million for him. Could we have gotten more? Who knows? Probably not. So let's just take our money and we can reinvest it somewhere else. I feel that's what they did. They're you know what, if he goes, he goes. We have enough money to either sign a forward again or replace him with, the name's always been circled around a Chiesa or now a Callejon or someone like that. But you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, I see.
Hypothetically, in today's market, it could be a lot higher. But I feel they were smart enough to understand that no one's actually going to pay 60 million for him. So let's just put it around a 40 mark where someone could actually have a chance to buy him.
Okay, but here's my problem. You know, we're at a point in our as a team where we're in a rebuild, whatever, and retooling. And we need to add, not subtract, in my opinion. Like Suso plays too many games, right? He gets tired. He really does. He even kind of admitted it, and Gattuso even said it. But if you add a Callejon, so it's Callejon and Suso fighting for spot, like kind of like how I always say it, like Juve. They have so many guys fighting for spots, right? If we had Callejon and Suso, fighting for the right wing spot, I just feel like they'd both be better and the team would be better.
See, like, in a I don't want to say fancy world, but in a perfect world, yes. And your theory is right, and I completely agree. The only thing I would say is you're taking two guys who are like been at the top of being dominant in the Serie A at the right wing spot between Callejon and Suso, right? I can't see why Callejon would leave what he has in Napoli and like his role and coming to like fight against Suso. You know what I mean? Especially both of them being Spanish and thinking about like making the Spanish team as well. Like considering that, like I don't feel like he would come here to try and fight with Suso for a spot. Let's say if Suso wasn't here, then yeah, obviously he'd come. But I feel like you would have to get someone a little lower in a sense that would be accepting of a bench role, but like would willing to put in the work to try and fight for Suso's spot. You know what I mean?
Well, like I don't know.
It's kind of hard to put two top guys together and say, okay, go fight for the spot. Like they're pristine guys. They know like wherever they go, they demand a starting spot.
Yeah, but you look at Bernardeschi, right? Why did he join?
I don't feel like Bernardeschi's at a Suso or Callejon level, at least in my opinion.
But like he comes in with Douglas Costa there. They have Piacca, they Dybala, Mandzukic. Like they have so many wingers.
Right, but those guys are like, in my opinion, like if you're looking at like Mandzukic is older, but for me he's a tier 1, and Bernardeschi and Douglas Costa are a tier 2.
Is Douglas Costa tier 2 really? I don't know.
Right, but this is why he's not a tier 2 no more, because he's been coming off the bench and proving himself. Exactly. They have to come off the bench originally, but he originally was a tier 2. Now he's worked his way up to a tier 1. The thing with Bernardeschi is, like I've never rated him, at least in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but like for me, the jump to him from Fiorentina to Juve, especially in a crowded team, for him was like, okay, I'll come off the bench, I'll play a little bit, and I know I'm gonna win the league and probably the Coppa Italia and Supercoppa too. For me, I don't think he came to fight for spot. I think he came to win trophies, and he knew he was going to win them easily.
And that's why the Azzurri are crap. And that's why the Azzurri are crap. They go to win trophies, not develop. I don't know. I
agree that Suso needs a backup. Like
we literally have no backup for him. Like literally.
No, because Borini is a guy who literally has to play every position.
Well, but Borini, I actually like Borini.
I do as well.
I actually like him at fullback, to be honest.
I like him anywhere because he's a guy who says, all right, you want to play me at center back, right mid, left mid, striker, I'll play.
I'll work hard, yeah. I'll work hard for it.
Will he be the most skilled guy at the position? No, but he's gonna give you he's a better version of Poli, in my opinion.
Yeah, he is.
Thrown around everywhere, and his energy and all that kind of stuff, all that banter stuff. Yeah, but at least Borini is a little more skilled.
Exactly. And Borini's a good squad player to have. Like, and people are like,
this is his role, and that's it.
We got to get rid of him this summer. I'm like, no, we really don't. Like,
getting rid of him, what does it benefit?
Nothing. We're gonna make $2 million on him. Okay,
it's like the same thing as Kuchka. Like you selling him benefits you in what way? At that point, you might as well just keep him.
I wish you would have kept him.
I know.
To buy him back. But we all like Mirabelli did say before this whole UEFA BS came out, which I don't really want to talk about that much, because
all I'll say about it is this, because I've had so many Romanisti coming into our mentions.
Oh yeah, I know.
About the tweet. First of all, I haven't really been answering because.
Well, what's the point, right? What are you gonna talk about?
It's not even what's the point. It's more of those things are like, okay, I'm obviously Roma at a higher point than Milan currently as of today. However, is that like your only satisfaction that you have to come after a tweet from Milan?
From July.
From July, like that's your only like trophy hypothetically, because like Palotta's, he's been controversial when he started and now he's doing a lot better. But at the end of the day, what have you won as well? That's why I was like, you know what? It's not even a point of answering.
No, exactly. No, there's no. And I even a tweet that I made got retweeted by like John Solano and stuff, and he was.
But people have to understand those tweets were in the moment. Like that's
why they're in the moment.
Like, you know what I mean? Like obviously now things might be different, but in the moment they were accurate.
But people love the second guess. It's all second
course.
guess. Like I don't know. It's honestly like Romanisti. Excuse me. They had a really good. They had a good season in the CL and whatever. And it's like, and I was kind of rooting for them to go through, but
I
like,
was as well.
but then it's fans like that who make it like, you know what? Screw that. I'm like, whatever. I don't want English teams going through. So it's like, I don't know. Anyway,
I'll cover the UEFA thing just very quickly. All I'm gonna say is this, guys. We both, we're on the count. We see the reports. Just the way I am, I would only tweet something if I know it's actually.
Well, yeah, for sure. We're not financial analysts.
Not that I'm saying, obviously, UEFA like officially denied our settlement agreement, all that stuff. All I'm saying is there's lots of news, rumors, and reports going around. I would rather wait to tweet out something that's like official or there's actual concrete like information to it rather than just like suggestions and reports, because we don't know what's going on. So therefore, I'm not just gonna copy and paste, something that someone's made up. At the end of the day, we can't. Obviously, you never want to hear bad stuff about your team or reports because obviously there's a little bit of truth to those stuff, and it's not good. Especially, we're trying to rebuild. However, it's just a point to cover this and quickly wrap it up. It's just to stay calm. We'll wait to see what UEFA says in June, what our punishment will be. Hopefully, it's just a fine. If it comes to Europa League being taken out, like I'm not gonna like not sleep at night. It is what it is. My only fear is that it would be a transfer ban. That would kill us the most. If we have to pay a fine, we're getting knocked out of Europa League. It is what it is. But obviously, I would rather, if you're offering me get knocked out of Europa League but don't have a transfer ban, spend the money and have a chance to fight for Champions League in the upcoming season, I'll take that any day.
Well, yeah, same here. And what I always say, like, listen, guys, we're not financial analysts. Like, we don't know. Nobody knows. I don't even think it's a thing of we don't have any money. I think the UEFA are just saying that they don't see they're not they need assurance for our financial situation. I don't know, like it's a tough situation, and I hope all we can do is wait and see. Like, Twitter's gonna get really annoying with fans chirping and whatever, but all we can do is just wait. We're still gonna get linked to names. Oracolo linked us to an important player last night.
Yeah, you had a good. I saw a couple other people saw what you did, or they just were on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to jump to conclusions on that because at the end of the day, we don't know if we're gonna have a transfer ban. So there's no point.
Oh no, apparently we can't. The only 4 things they can give us are a fine, shortening our squad. We only have like 21 players. Or eliminating us from European competition. We can't have a transfer ban. Apparently.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys didn't see what Luca tweeted out. Basically, I don't know. We don't understand Spanish. And sometimes the
we don't.
Translate on Instagram is a little dodgy.
I speak Italian, not Spanish. I don't know if it was Italian, I could translate it, but not Spanish.
So like I don't want to like offend anyone or like misinterpret the Spanish language. So like, and you know how they translate on those tweets and posts.
Yeah, they're dodgy.
They're dodgy. Like, I don't want to give away any false information. But the fact that Vidal's been a Juve player, he's been a Bayern player, and like there's Italian flags in this post, and like his son, I'm assuming it's his son.
It is his son.
Wearing a Milan jersey from what, maybe 2 years ago? I think that was
last year.
2 years ago, whatever. He knows what he's doing. He's a professional player. He understands the light he's on. He's a big name player. I understand. Obviously, your kid, you want to post something, no problem with that. But he knows what he's doing, posting a picture with his son in a Milan jersey. Like, it's going to stir up controversy no matter what. It happens in every sport. So he knew what he was doing. Whether he was trying to give us an early hint, or maybe his son's just a Milan fan. I don't know. But it is very interesting, especially and he correlating with the news that Oracolo post. If he didn't post that, I'd be like, all right, it is what it is, a troll. But the fact that he tweets that, we wrapped up a deal for a very important player, Vidal being a big name player, and his son's wearing a Milan jersey, you can't blame fans for, having a little, just understanding it. Maybe it's him. Who knows?
Yeah, giocatore importante.
We'll see. I don't know. Could it be Strinic? Maybe he's talking about. I don't know.
Oh, it's Strinic. No, I think Reina and Strinic are the free transfers. They're still going to happen.
Because if you do remember what Oracle tweeted, I remember he did say that Milan were going to go for like 2 or 3 free transfers. Could it have been those two guys that he's talking about? Maybe. I don't know.
Strinic and Reina are like basically official. Like it's happening.
No, I know that. What I'm saying is he said like, everyone's talking about like, oh, everything's just going to be a free transfer. Like I remember him saying that we were going to sign 2 or 3 and then they were going to be covering the areas that we need to. So being striker, winger, and midfield. So, Vidal covers your midfield. Striker, there's been lots of names. And winger, we'll see what happens.
No, yeah, I know exactly. But, like, I don't know. Like, and he put, like, 9 winky faces in the picture, too. Like,
yeah, it was a very, what's the word for it? Like, it was very, I don't know. Like, it was like he was too obvious giving a hint.
No, I know. And the problem is, too, is that, like, he might be on his way out from Bayern this summer. So it's like
it all kind of lines up. But at the end of the day, I don't want to jump the gun because I don't want to false hope to myself or fans.
Me either.
We'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear. But it was very interesting yesterday to see that. It was very interesting.
Absolutely. And Oraculo, I'm pretty sure DiMarzio gave him
He did. He shouted him up before. So, and he's been very on point. Like, he's anticipated a lot of things. I don't know who the hell this guy is or, who works for him, et cetera, but he's been bang on quite a few times. More than a few times, rather. So, I don't know.
I don't know. Like, it'd be cool. But like Mirabelli did say, Mirabelli said that we have to get a midfielder, a winger, a striker.
Exactly what we need. Hopefully they come through.
Hopefully he wouldn't. You can't make comments like that and not. Get
What I'm saying is,
you have to get him. You have to get him.
It's not even that. I'm glad that they're addressing one. I'm glad that they're addressing our 3 area of needs. At the same time, I also only hope they sign 3 players because I don't think obviously we will not have the money we did last year to splurge. At the same time, this year's Mercato is a quality over quantity thing. You're bringing in Strinic, Reina, and whoever else for the bench, right, to add more depth like we've always been talking about. Like a guy like Vidal, let's just talk hypothetically here. Vidal happens, Immobile happens, and I don't know, Chiesa happens, for example, on the right wing, let's just say, for example. Or another winger, Depay, for example. Not Chiesa, sorry. Let's just say that happens. That's all necessarily we need. Give Gattuso the time in the summer to work with these guys and let him have a full season, and then we'll talk. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. No, exactly. And basically, and what the problem, I don't know. The problem is that we don't really know how much money we're going to be able to spend, and we don't know who's going to be sold. I do know that they did say that the defense is pretty solid. They're not really going to make any.
Oh no,
which is fine. We don't need to make any. We don't need.
No, it's perfect. Musacchio and Zapata backup.
Perfect.
You have Conti and Calabria perfect fighting for that right back spot. Then you have Rodriguez and Strinic.
Yeah.
Because Antonelli's probably going to go. So everything is covered. Our defense hasn't been this immaculate since the Thiago Silva days.
No, exactly. No, it hasn't been. It hasn't been even like, especially with Bonucci there, just adds so much.
Yeah, and Romagnoli's been incredible, and we always talked about
and they're playing together.
Romagnoli playing with an experienced top player. I always want Thiago Silva to come back, but Bonucci's been absolutely perfect.
And he's Italian.
Exactly. It's lined up perfectly.
And a real captain. He's a He's literally our capitano for sure.
And now he's the Azzurri captain as well. So
absolutely, it's huge. And he's playing with Romagnoli. There's a good chance he's going to be partnered with Romagnoli on the Azzurri too. Which is big.
It's big for us.
And it looks like Donnarumma's staying too. Unless a spectacular offer comes, which I agree with. Why would he sell him for less than what he's worth just to get rid of him? If he wants to stay, with at least for his current contract, he wants to stay, and there's no offers for him, you keep him. You don't sell him for $30 million just because you want to get rid of him. It just doesn't make sense. And I don't know if we have to sell before we buy, but from the sounds of it, I think we're gonna go and try to get the depth in the positions we need.
I hope so.
Hopefully, and Mirabelli said we need a player in between Kessie and Bonaventura. Isn't that Vidal?
I guess, yeah.
Isn't it? Like, I don't know.
It fits the profile. Again, we don't want to make assumptions, but
I'm not saying that.
No, I know. I'm just for everyone listening.
I'm just saying he'd be a player that, Like Vidal would be a player that'd be an in between, but like someone who can get forward, but also be a ball winner. And
he's a strong player. He's been aggressive, but at the same time, he knows how to create on his own.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to sound greedy or anything, but I want to say fear. I'd rather put it as a concern with Vidal. Is he was incredible in Juve, and he's done his things at Bayern. My only thing is it was probably crowded at Bayern. That's kind of why he didn't really fit, etc., etc. However, my only thing is, he's had issues with drinking. He's been reckless a few times. If he's coming here, I don't want him to come here with this ego saying that, I'm a big name Vidal, like it's my midfielder. Like I want him to come concentrating and like willing to help. If he's coming to, just have like, have this big ego and be a bum, like I would rather look other places. You can rather find some Italian talent or somewhere else. We can find someone else. If he's really wanting to come here to actually help and truly play and take it seriously, it's huge for us.
Yeah,
if he's gonna start messing around and stuff, and these are great group of guys we have on our team. Like there's no one's been out of line this entire season. Everyone's been respectful between Montella and Gattuso, especially when Gattuso came over. No one's done anything out of line, so I don't want him to come in and kind of mess things up. I don't think he will. But I'm just basing it off his previous history.
So that's fair. But a player that I just wanted to mention that would be nice, and we've been linked to him, is Matteo Politano. I think he'd be a really good signing if we were able to get him. I don't know how much they want for him, but we have met with his agent already, and the agent said that Politano's agent, who also represents a couple other players, said that Milan are working to get better for next season. So, I mean, obviously there's some targets we have in mind. We're looking to get a striker. Andre Silva might be on his way out, honestly. Kalinic, Andre Silva, I think are going to be gone. There's reports of Baca maybe even coming in and staying next season as a third string. That's actually not bad. Like imagine Baca as a third string striker. That's not even bad at all.
I mean, it wouldn't be bad at all. I'm more focused and keen on actually signing a top striker. Like I don't care if Baca stays or comes back.
No, I'm just saying, as in like he's coming back for sure, right? They're not redeeming him. I don't know why.
I feel like they want. I swear they want to.
I don't know why they're not redeeming him, because he literally had, I think, 16 goals in all competitions, which is pretty decent. I don't understand why they wouldn't want to redeem him in Villarreal, but I guess they want to move a different way. I don't know, but he's gonna come back unless we get again. Here's the thing. Every player is obviously sellable. Like, there's maybe a couple untouchables, but aside from that, like, every player has a price, right? So if you get a spectacular offer, you're going to take it. But, like, I think a player like, Donnarumma, unless they get a, offer of like 60 or 70 million euros come in, he's not going to leave. You know what I mean? Like, and why would you? Like, and
no, I wouldn't either.
He said that Di Marzio said that today that Donnarumma wants to stay. Like, he wants to fix his relationship with the fans, and he only wants Milan. And if he wants to do that, then honestly, I'm all for. I know you're not a huge fan, but
I want to be a huge fan because I was a huge fan.
Okay, but him making a mistake doesn't make him a bad person. It just makes him.
But I said it from day one. I need it to be proven through firing Raiola, and it has not been done. And that is why, because it's not even about. It's not
family's close with them. His family's close with Raiola.
Oh, big whip! You could find any other agent that'll get you deals. My only thing is this: it's not even about Gigio anymore. Okay, it's not even about him anymore because clearly he's staying. Well, for now he's staying, etc., etc. My only thing is you have to understand. This is why I say you have to fire Raiola. He's always gonna do whatever benefits him. He's always gonna send his clients to big clubs so he can get his money back. He's always gonna stir controversy and he's always gonna make drama. We do not need that, especially with a top talent like Donnarumma, who's had issues with the fans in the last year. We don't need more of this. It's either you let him go, you start on a clean slate, because I'm telling you right now, he fires him, he's forgiven by everyone, and he's loved completely once again. But the fact that he keeps him around just goes to show that there's always that chance of this BS happening again. That's why I don't like this situation.
But his family is literally close with the Raiolas. That's how it, like, I don't like it. His agent doesn't mean anything. If he wants to stay here, his agent cannot move him.
Yeah, but his agent almost forced him out last year. Remember, he said, "I want to stay," but Raiola's been like telling me to go. Why?
Yeah, and then okay, but then Raiola said if it wasn't for if it was my choice, he'd be gone. But he wants to stay here. So if he wants to stay here,
We're basically saying the same thing. However, if I'm your agent, right? if I'm your agent, I am doing whatever is in your best interest as my client.
Absolutely, but Raiola's a scumbag. He's
exactly. So let him go.
But
if he's trying to hurt your
legacy,
legacy,
not that easy though. It's not that easy.
I understand, but look at how many people have changed. Look at Cutrone. Cutrone is what, a year old? He's our age. He's a year older than Gigio.
Yeah, he's our age,
right? The guy turned down Raiola. Did you not see? Raiola tried getting. He said no. Yes, he did. He turned him down.
What? I'm gonna look it up. I don't know if that's
true. He turned him down.
I'm gonna look it up.
There's been many people that have turned him down. Look at Hamsik. He friggin' fired the dude.
You're right.
Exactly.
No, Raiola. I don't know.
This is why Crotone has become my absolute favorite. You know, he's playing. He's living a friggin' dream that I wish I was living at Milan, being a striker and like.
Well, he's my favorite too. I love Crotone. I have a jersey. I have everything, but like Crotone is the guy. But Donnarumma
was the guy too.
But Donnarumma could have left already if he wanted to.
I understand, but this is my thing. My thing is this, and we always have this debate about it. My thing is this. Yes, he could have left, and props to him for actually staying and changing.
And he wants to stay again. He said he wants to be here.
Right, but words are one thing, actions are another. He almost took the action last year. My only thing is this: if the situation was properly cleared, we still would not have these doubts about Donnarumma maybe leaving if an offer comes, etc. It's only natural, obviously, if a big offer comes, you consider selling a player. That's normal. That's part of the sport. But the fact of the matter is that we still have these doubts that we don't know if he'll ever stay or he'll leave. We do not know. That's what worries me. It's not clear.
Well, is anything clear though? Because like, if you ask a Juve fan,
Raiola, it's not clear.
But if you ask a Juve fan, they don't know if Dybala is going to leave the club this summer or not. You just don't know with star players like this. You just don't know. And here's the thing: Donnarumma is, he made some mistakes against Juve in the Supercoppa. There's no really excusing it. I feel a little bad for him because like he's obviously has way more quality than that. But if he's saying like if people from Milan are saying it, Di Marzio's saying it, if they're all saying that he wants to be here, he loves Milan, he wants to stay at the club, then just stay. Like there's no need to sell him. I don't really care.
That's the easy part. If you
can't just fire your agent, dude, you can't just go there and be like, yeah, okay, see you later. Like if he's with the family, his family friends with it, he represents his brother. Like there's no. You can't just fire the agent, like unless he does something really wrong. Like,
okay, and to wrap this up, and just because you segued into what I want to end this Donnarumma debate is what I wanted to say is this, and you're right. If he wants to stay, then stay. I'm glad to keep him. I hope he stays. I want him to stay here, right? But my only thing is this, and this is where the worry comes from. Yes, he wants to stay, and maybe he will stay. However, if he were to push or something were to happen where he is to leave, look at all the BS he has caused between him and Raiola. Is all I'm saying. Yes, he can stay. He says he wants to stay, and maybe he will stay. But imagine if something were to happen again where whether it's Raiola, whether it's him, or it's a mix of both, etc., he pushes for a move this summer. Just imagine the look he'll have. That's what I'm saying. He's wasting our time.
But to be fair,
it's either you want to leave, or you want to stay and tell your agent to stop creating these rumors around us. That's all I'm saying. That's why it's an iffy situation. Because if you really want to stay, there would be no rumors.
That's fair, but like there's any rumors anyways. Like papers make stuff up, so
right. And I agree with you.
You can't avoid that. You can't. No player can avoid that. But here's the thing. Here's the thing too. Donnarumma, to be fair to him, has he really made any comments in the media that ever were controversial? Not really, because he was when he rejected the contract renewal. He was in Poland. He wasn't even there. It was Raiola, right? So for Donnarumma's sake, he's always said that he wants to be here in interviews and stuff like that.
Right, and that whole Poland thing, he never even said one word between the whole Sonizo Sempre shit. Like
he's playing in the Euro Cup there. Like,
okay, and guys don't do press conference while they're there and they're asked about their clubs.
Yeah, but he has to stay focused to play in the Euro Cup.
You can answer a simple question and stay focused. It's not going to absolutely kill your mental psyche to say, I want to stay at Milan. If you truly want to, you say it and you do it. That's my issue with him. Because I'm a person of action. If you want to do something, you do it. Clearly, he wants to do it, but he has his doubts, and the doubts are not from him. The doubts are from his agent who wants to move him.
But it also doesn't help that the Kufa suit makes him cry and stuff.
I completely agree. They're at fault as well. They don't help the situation.
Like nothing at all. Remember, was it against Hellas Verona? They're like booing him and this whatever.
But they're idiots though. They're great for like
they're
awesome.
I love the Kufa suit. They're great.
But other than that, they're a waste.
But they can't be like that because remember, there were some rumors from Tutto Sport and stuff like that, and the fans are yelling. I'm like, these rumors are probably all made up. Like it wasn't even true. And they were like, and they're chanting Garbi at Donnarumma. And in the last game of the season, half stadium booed him, half of them cheered him. But when he came out against Fiorentina, he was pouring out the badge. He was yeah, you know what I mean.
Oh, let's hope. We'll see.
That's what he was doing. That's what he said. He was. There's a video of it.
I know, but
I don't think he's gonna leave. I don't. My prediction is it's gonna be a long summer, but my prediction is he's not gonna leave.
My only thing is this, and it goes for anyone. If you want to leave, leave. If you actually want to stay, make the effort to stay and shut up and do what you got to do. End of story.
No, absolutely. No, I agree. But I just think that with Donnarumma, I don't know. I don't really care because if we get 80 million for him, we get 80 million for him. If he stays, I love him and he stays. So it's whatever. But the main problem isn't in goal because if Reina comes in, he's still a good goalkeeper too. It's not in goal. The problem is getting depth, and that has to be, and players fighting for spots. That's what I'm literally stressing. We have to have guys who are gonna fight for starting spots. And Politano will be a good player. He could play anywhere in the attack. He can play on the left, on the right, in the middle. He can play anything, and he'd be a player that would help. If Suso stayed, Politano, Suso, that'd be good. Politano, Hakan, get a left winger like someone I don't know. We haven't really been linked to anybody. The pie would be too expensive, I think. But I don't know. And in midfielder, I think we might get Alberto Grassi from Spal, to be honest, because we had a scout watch him against Sampdoria, and he scored a goal and an assist, something like that. I have a feeling we're gonna grab him for depth. You gotta remember too, Bertolacci's coming back. You give him a chance, you just get rid of him.
God no.
Yeah, I know he was pretty bad. Well, on his day though, he looked decent. Sometimes he looked okay.
I'm sorry.
No.
I don't
know. Okay, but what about we're gonna get some money from Niang too, because Torino has to buy him this summer, right? It's an obligation to buy, I believe, right?
I think so, yeah. After a certain amount of appearances, goals, all that kind of stuff.
I think it's 16 million or something like that, right in that area. So we're gonna get money from that. Even if we sell Baca, sell Bertolacci, I don't know. I think they said that we're gonna sell 2 strikers. I think, or we're gonna get.
There you go, Kalinic and Andre Silva.
Andre Silva because Cutrone is renewing his contract next week to 2023. He's gonna sign a contract to 2040. This guy. Cutrone. He loves me.
I love that, man.
I love him. When I go to Milano this summer, hopefully, I just hope, it'll be a long shot, but I just hope I meet him somewhere. I don't know. Hope I meet him in the town or something like that. That'd be crazy. But no, it's going to be a long summer. I'm going to Italy, so actually I'll be in Italy for a little bit of the Mercato, which is kind of cool. I'll be able to watch Di Marzio's show at night. That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be cool. Live updates.
Absolutely, because we can't watch it in Canada. There's literally no way. There's no streams, no nothing. So we have to wait on Twitter.
Yeah.
Wait. And with the Mercato, I know I hate when people put the hypothetical lineups out with pictures. I hate that. It makes me cringe.
I don't like it either because it comes down to the discretion of the coach and what he wants to do, rather than
it's cringy. It's cringy.
These heat map people want to do. So
heat map, pass maps. But here's my problem. I don't know. I think, and it seems like Gattuso said it a few times. Mirabelli said it. I think they said 2 to 3, 3 to 4 players will be signed. Obviously, we can't spend that much money. A few departures will happen. I think Andre Silva. Either Andre Silva has a great World Cup and he comes back with confidence in Milan, or he has a great World Cup and he.
Nah, I'll tell you right now, he's just gonna go. I'm sorry. I feel so sorry for the dude. Because I feel like he needed a lot more chances. However, I'm just going to be realistic of the situation of the business. He's going to get sold. And
yeah, I know, but I hope he has a good World Cup. So
no, exactly. And I think this is where it's going to benefit everyone between him, his agent, and us. I feel like he's going to go out pissed into the World Cup. knowing that he wants to prove his worth, knowing that he might move, and knowing he wants to impress another club. He's going to go out. He's going to ball out. He's going to do amazing. That's only going to increase his price, which benefits us. And he's eventually going to move on to somewhere he should be and where he can dominate. Because I like the guy, and I feel like he's going to be a great player. It just didn't work out for us for whatever reason. It is what it is. You move on.
I think it's.
I feel like it's just going to be. I feel like this World Cup, and I hope it's just going to benefit both parties.
Yeah, even if he scores even like 1 or 2 goals, right? Even like simple 1 or 2,
especially the fact that him being with us is on the ropes. Like teams are aware of this. Like especially he's a young prospect. Like people definitely have his eyes on him. He performs a little bit in the World Cup. People are like, let's grab this guy now.
No, exactly, and I think he might go to Wolverhampton, the Wolves, because of that Portuguese influence they have there, and George Mendes and whatever, and they'll have the money to give, right? So like, I feel like if there's going to be any sales this summer, it would be Andre Silva. Hopefully, Kalinic. Apparently, some teams in Russia want him. I don't know if it's true or not, but
I don't care where he goes.
Yeah, obviously you're not going to turn a profit on him, unfortunately.
I don't care.
But if you could get rid of him for 10, 15 million, just get rid of him. Obviously, they're not going to move forward with him. They're not. It's just how it is. It's unfortunate because if he would have played like he did at Fiorentina, he would have been so much more effective for us. Like he just wasn't his year. Like
sometimes things happen for a reason. It is what it is.
It sucks because he was a 15 goal scorer at Fiorentina, right? And he comes here and he's not that anymore, right? So I don't know. I want to say, oh yeah, give him another chance, but obviously you can't do that. Like no way.
No. Giving him a chance, you got to give Andre Silva a chance, and clearly, and to their credit, they understand that like how effectively they made a mistake last year of not signing like an Aubameyang and those kind of guys, like a top striker.
But it was too expensive.
I know, but I'm talking in theory. Just I think they understand now. You know what? You have Cutrone, who's a good backup, a good help. He's eventually going to grow, but you need someone there. Kind of like a Dzeko at Roma, who was like, I'm your primary striker, et cetera, et cetera.
It's more like an atacante di peso. That's what like a attacker with pounds. You know what I mean? Like with a heavy striker that can kind of bring the ball down and dominate a game. You know what I mean? Like take the ball and not let anybody kind of push him off of it, kind of thing, right? I don't know. We need to score more goals. You look at everybody. You look at all the teams. Icardi scored like 50% of Inter's goals. Lucky team. Icardi scored literally 50% of their goals. So you look at that. You look at our goals. Like everybody kind of chips in a bit, but like there's no. Cutrone had an amazing debut season. He's only gonna get better, but it's tough because you got. In Napoli, you're going to have Milik. He looks pretty good if he's not hurt. Juventus, they might get rid of Higuain. Roma have Dzeko. So we have to get, like, my dream would be, like, Cavani would be a dream. Not realistic, but it'd be a dream. Cavani would be so good for Milan. I don't know. There's strikers out there who just got to, get one for the right price. I don't know how much money we're gonna have to spend. We have that whole UEFA BS.
The good thing is we'll have, money from selling, but we'll see
if we sell it. But Mirabelli also said that he wants to give Gattuso his new team right away. So, like I guess like Fassone Mirabelli, the
only problem is they have to understand this is a World Cup year. It's hard to buy and sell players who are actively at the World Cup.
Well, no, exactly. But Vidal's not at the World Cup.
No, and neither is, example, Immobile.
I think Immobile is gonna happen. To be honest, I think it's gonna happen.
I think it will. Like these Instagram posts have been like
that's weird, man.
They've been like the DiMarzio of like Instagram. Like
that's a weird post though. Like, why would she post that?
Well, clearly she wanted to send a message. I'm telling you, these wives are like of these players are like they're taking over. Like
problems.
Like Wanda just started. Like Immobile's wife. Like Immobile.
I'm looking at the picture right now.
Like she literally basically said goodbye to Lazio.
Like she said thanks Lazio. Like thanks for all the emotion.
It wasn't like a thank you, a great season.
For the happiness, for the downs, and then she said,
Like if you're talking ups and downs, if you're talking about a recap of something you spent with somebody.
Yeah, and she's like, I'll bring you in with my heart. I'll have you.
That's not someone who's like, oh, I'll see you next.
That's someone who's leaving.
Yeah, that's not someone who's like, oh, I'll see you again next season in September. Like, no.
No, exactly. Literally says like, thank you for the affection you demonstrated with me and Cheeto, and I'll bring you in my heart forever. Like that is a goodbye. That's a goodbye. Yeah. And I don't know where he's gonna go.
If it's not, then we need to rearrange the saying of goodbye because
we do because it's just weird. And I've given Immobile a lot of slack, I get a lot of hate on Twitter because he broke my heart in November. He really did. But even if he's not a very good international player, he's a good club player. So that's all I can care about.
I don't know. Yeah, like I agree. Like these players, like a lot, like and it's funny because they come out of Torino. These guys between Immobile, Cerci, Belotti, all these kind of guys, right? Like like look at Darmian for example, who I saw today. Is probably coming back to Juve. Exactly. These guys, like me and my dad always talk about all the time. Like when they leave Italy, like. They struggle a lot. There's a reason why they do well here, and that's the reason why the national team doesn't go forward because we sell them abroad, they lose their touch, and they become reserves, and they don't play as well over there. Instead, keeping them with us benefits our league, increases our league, and increases our national team. Immobile, look, he left, he was doing crap. He's a Lazio, and he's tied with Icardi for freaking goals of the year, amount of goals of the year. Put him with us, maybe a Vidal, Biglia, Bonaventura around. He could make me score closer or not, if not the same amount.
No, exactly. And I don't know, Immobile, again, I loved him. Like, you can go back to my old tweets a long time ago. I liked Immobile. I even liked him before November, but after that, kind of him and Belotti kind of broke my heart with their bad performances. Against Sweden. So I gave him a lot of slag. I was slandering them a lot on Twitter. But if he comes here, he's going to get you at least 18 to 20 Serie A goals. He's quick. He's quicker. We need some pace. So I think for the right price, it'd be a good signing. But that Instagram picture, that's a goodbye. I look at it. I keep reading Italian, reading English. It's a goodbye. She literally has a picture with her giving the heart, and she's literally saying, "I'm going to care." Like the last thing, I'll bring you in my heart forever, or whatever the heck it says. That's a goodbye. Like you don't carry a place in your heart that you're still there. I don't know. I just feel like, and he's not going to leave Italy because he hasn't had any success at Italy, right?
No, I think he's understood. Like this is where I'm meant to be.
So I don't know, and maybe Oracolo, maybe that's what they're talking about.
Maybe I also thought that too, but then I see it's hard because you don't know who it is. Immobile's girls posting this. Then you see Vidal with the Milan jersey.
You know what it is? It's like Mr. X. Mr. X.
Oh God.
Mr. X.
I don't know.
I know, but now is #giocatore importante.
We'll see.
I'm telling you,
it will be sorriso sempre this summer.
That was so funny last year. Like that summer, that was literally that was the quote. Sorriso sempre. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. Let's talk about the Azzurri a little bit to end it off. I know you don't really want to, but I do.
We'll do it quickly, sure.
They're at Coverciano, back training again.
For their big match against Saudi Arabia.
Well, they play Saudi Arabia, they play Holland, they play France. So
for the non-making of the World Cup trophy.
Okay, we get it. But like, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you not play?
No, I'm just saying. I just had to put it out there.
Okay, but listen, we have Romagnoli, we have Donnarumma, Romagnoli, Bonaventura, and I think those are our three. Bonucci.
Oh, here, since not to cut you off, but it just came out now. Of what? What Mancini is looking at trying. It just came out. It's a 4-3-3 with the Perin.
Where?
Premium Sport just 5 minutes ago. So it's Perin in net, Zappacosta right back, Bonucci, Romagnoli, Criscito for the
Criscito.
Then for the midfield we have Cristante, Jorginho, and Pellegrini. At top, left wing, we have Insigne. Top, your boy Balotelli. And right wing, we have Florenzi. Very interesting and very different.
Florenzi at right wing, eh? Interesting.
This is very interesting and different. I mean, I think this doesn't really matter because this is all trial and error because obviously we're not
He's
participating.
friendly.
So exactly, it's just to try everything out. But this is an interesting lineup he threw out. I
But
mean, I
like,
like the defense.
I like the defense a lot, to be honest. I mean, Criscito, he played with him. He played with Mancini at Zenit, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's the only decent Italian left back we currently have. I
Yeah,
can't
no,
think of
honestly.
anybody else.
Well, no, we have Emerson, but he went home injured. What's new?
Yeah, but I can't count an injured guy.
He's always injured. But I like, of course, I love Balotelli at on top there. He's the guy, and he works in a 4-3-3 as well. Florenzi at right wing kind of intrigued me a bit, honestly.
I don't know that guy. He's just I don't know.
No, but he kind of intrigues me at right wing because, like, remember he did play like as a midfielder too.
I know,
right?
but he's more of a Yurda kind of guy.
No.
Yeah, like I'm sorry. Like I want him to be good. I want to like him. It's not that I don't, but like I don't see the contribution when he's on the field. I don't see it. Like he's just there.
You know what's weird though?
He's
Like,
just there. Like to be fair to him, like he does get thrown on right wing to right back to like right. Like he does get thrown around a lot, but I just don't see the impact. Like
I guess
but some people are right when they say he's only famous for like kissing his nonna after that goal.
Hey, that was beautiful though.
Oh, I'm not denying it. I'm just saying.
But here's the thing though. The only thing I don't like in this lineup is Pellegrini in the midfield. Don't like him.
I don't like Cristante playing a right mid. Like
no, he's playing as a right central midfielder.
I don't know.
But here's the thing. We have Berardi, Chiesa. Bernardeschi was sent home because he's hurt. We have Berardi, Chiesa, Napolitano, and Verdi. You can all play on the right wing, and they put Florenzi there, which is interesting. Like I don't know. I kind of wish Chiesa was there maybe instead. What do you think? Like, what would you like to see?
I would have put Chiesa instead of Florenzi.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I think I'd rather. I don't know. Like I kind of like that lineup though. Like I feel like, you know what sucks?
The good thing is it's young.
Oh, it is pretty young. I think Bonucci, Criscito, and Insigne Balotelli are the oldest people on the team. I think they're all. Perin's like 25, Romagnoli's 23, Sabacosa's like 24, Crisante's like 24, Jorginho's like 24, Pellegrini's 22, and then Balotelli and Insigne are both 27. But it's not an old team. But for the national team, like, it doesn't have to be like, a good mix is good. You know what I mean? Like a nice solid mix of experience and like worthy experience, but players can still play. I do wish that Rossi was still on the team. I don't know, it's just me, but like I do wish he was still kind of there. But honestly, I don't know. I actually like that line. I don't know how what did they say? They say he tried it in. Oh, this is the probable lineup for the next game for the game against Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, I thought it was just like this is what Premium Sport was kind of putting out there. No. This is when's our we play next Monday. Oh, 3 days, 4 days. That's what he wants to play against Saudi. Where is the game? Let's see. I think it's in Saudi Arabia. Where's Kaibun Park? Let me look that up. Kaibun Park. Switzerland. We're playing Saudi Arabia and Switzerland?
Who knows?
Okay. No, we are. Like and then we play France at the Nice Arena, where Nice plays. Then we play Dutch at J Stadium, Alain Stadium. Terrible. Gonna lose that one. Let's see. Yeah, no, I honestly, like, with the Azzurri, Mancini called up a lot. I'm actually happy with the appointment of Mancini. He's called up a lot of players, a lot of deserving players too. And I like how he's giving that. He knows that Romagnoli Bonucci is like that's kind of the partnership that's been working for Milan, so it could work for because Chiellini's retired from the national team, right? Barzaghi's gone. So it has to be Bonucci, Romagnoli, I think, and you got like Caldara, Rugani on the bench, and maybe Filippo Romagna. He's 20 years old. He might kind of get a call up. Did he call up Ogbonna? Did he? I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, I don't know. The Azzurri for me are obviously like they're going to piss me off when that World Cup starts in 20 days, whenever the hell it starts. But you can do there too is just be positive, look to the future, right? We have like the League of Nations or whatever, the League of Nations that starts in September. We're in a group of Poland and Portugal. It's going to be tough. They basically replace friendlies, right? So it's actually like a little tournament. But then after that, I think in October, maybe in a year, we already start Euro Cup qualifiers, right? So it's like Mancini has to find his core of players right away, right? That's why he called up so many players, because he's gonna pick out of the how many we call up? We called up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We called like 32 players, so we're gonna have to trim that down to like what 23? That's the roster, right? 23 man.
Yeah.
I guess like someone like Sirigu would be gone. Like probably D'Ambrosio would be gone. Maybe Descilio. Maybe Baselli would be gone. Mandragora would probably be gone. Zaza hopefully.
He's got to try it out and see.
You have to try it out, yeah, of course. But that's what you do. You got to call a bunch of different players, and then you kind of make you find your core, right?
Exactly.
You find like especially like not even like you want to start an 11. You find like the 15 or 16 players that you want to primarily use, and then kind of go from there and build, right? That's what you got to do. And it sucks because a lot of teams, like I see the rosters in the World Cup, they look so garbage, and it's like the Azzurri are better than this, right? And then we're not going. But I don't really want to talk about that because like I'm already pissed. I'm still pissed off.
Yeah.
Still gonna ruin my summer a bit.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, let's wrap this up now. 21st episode of the podcast. We had some comments in the live chat too. Yeah, guys. So they talked about Raiola, Donnarumma, Politano. They said that they really enjoy the podcast. Thank you guys so much, Benjamin, VS, Victor. Honestly, guys, we're gonna try to do a pod, and especially in the summer, we have a little more time, right?
We apologize throughout. It's very hard.
Yeah, it's hard to find
university, and it's very hard.
No, really.
Schedules, work, and obviously school and stuff. That's why it's a lot more easier now that we're off. Coming on in an afternoon is more ideal for us. So we'll definitely do our part to keep this going, because I know a lot of you enjoy it and a lot of you look forward to it. So we'll definitely keep that up. We'll definitely for sure start getting a few more guests back on here. It's just been me and Luca the last couple times, but
yeah.
Other than that, especially now that there's gonna be a lot more to talk about with Team Mercato, UEFA, and all this kind of stuff, we'll definitely be here for more.
No, exactly, and hopefully when say if we do close a signing, because like last year in May and June we closed a few signings, so if we do that again, or or UEFA updates or whatever, we'll get a podcast out. We do it live still because it's fun to do live. You guys can listen, but you can download it iTunes, Google Play, download it to your phone, so Android, iPhone. So make sure you subscribe to us, leave us a good rating, do all that good stuff. Subscribe to us on YouTube, give us a comment, give us feedback, tell us on Twitter, send us a DM what you guys think of it. But yeah, so that's the 21st episode. We'll stop it off now, and let us know too if you want to see any certain guests, we can get them on. But yeah, so I'm Luca, Mike. Thanks for coming on again.
No problem, guys. Thank you, and always Forza Milan.
Forza Milan, guys. Ciao.